What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to take a look and a listen to Representative Jeffries. He's going to be talking about the moderates and the Democratic Party and the talk of this whole infrastructure bill, the first infrastructure bill, as well as moving into the budget resolution for the second infrastructure bill. We know that they will reconvene on August 23rd, and when they reconvene, they're going to have to vote on these bills. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and my picture in the comment section, make sure you also see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see a check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and a listen to Representative Jeffries. He's going to be talking about this infrastructure bill, the first infrastructure bill, as well as the stimulus package, the second infrastructure bill. So here we go.
House. Congressman, a group of conservative Democrats in the House are threatening to hold up the budget resolution. Politico reports that your boss, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, called it, quote, amateur hour. We hear so much about the left and the squad being obstructionists, but are these 9 so-called centrists really trying to block, to derail President Biden's entire agenda? And if so, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I embrace the entire spectrum of the House Democratic caucus, from the very progressive members on the left to more centrist and moderate, and even a few conservative members of the caucus. I don't think anyone is an obstructionist within the caucus. Everybody has the ability to express their ideas about the best way to move forward. But the bottom line is the president has made clear we've got an American jobs plan and an American families plan, both of which need to be passed. And part of the American jobs plan is captured in the infrastructure bill, but only part of it. And the entirety, we need to get over the finish line. And in order to do that, we've got to enact the budget reconciliation bill for America's families and children on a parallel track. And I believe that is exactly what is going to happen next week.
Okay, so that was Representative Jeffries. So you hear he's saying that they need to go on the same track. And this is the time, and I know President Biden is busy right now with Afghanistan, but this is a time where the president really needs to step up and say, look, talk to the moderates and say, this needs to happen. These both need to happen. And Representative Jeffries is correct. The agreement was that they were going to do this bipartisan infrastructure bill and have the second infrastructure bill incorporate all the other things that they wanted in the infrastructure bill. And so that's why they didn't go with just one large bill. That's why they split it up. They wanted to do the bipartisan and focus on the roads, bridges, and broadband, and then do the human infrastructure. That was the whole reason for this whole thing. And so the moderate Democrats right now, they knew that this was all going to happen. They knew that this was the plan. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know what? We don't want to move forward unless we do this infrastructure bill, the first infrastructure bill first, and then we'll look into the second infrastructure bill. They knew that this was on the table the whole time. Why not speak out a long time ago? And then they just could have put everything together and had one reconciliation bill instead of passing a bipartisan bill first and then moving to this reconciliation bill. And so the president at this point needs to step up, get the moderates in line and say, look, we need this. And we're risking not having anything. We're risking not getting the first infrastructure bill or the second infrastructure bill if you hold this up. And so Speaker Pelosi, she's pretty creative. And I thought of one way that she could kind of combat against this. If you have these 9 moderates that don't want to move forward, guess what? You can make a change to that first infrastructure bill. Just a small change. Nothing that's going to ruffle any feathers when it comes to the senators. But if you make a change to that first infrastructure bill, guess what? It has to go back to the Senate. And if it has to go back to the Senate, now you have more time to focus on the human infrastructure bill, because that's what everybody's focused on. Everybody wants that stimulus package bill. They're not too focused on the first infrastructure bill, although I think the first infrastructure bill has a lot in there for the American people, especially jobs. I mean, we're looking at new infrastructure. We're looking at new construction jobs. But nonetheless, you make a minor change to that first infrastructure bill, and then you can send it back to the Senate, work on that second infrastructure bill, the human infrastructure bill, and by the time it comes back from the Senate, guess what? Now you have 2 bills ready to go at the same time. So we'll have to see if Speaker Pelosi uses that strategy, but that's one thing that you can do if you have these 9 moderates that don't want to move forward with the second infrastructure bill until they do something with the first infrastructure bill. So let me know what you guys think about all this. I mean, right now, it's a crazy time. I mean, we're looking at the situation in Afghanistan and hoping for the best when it comes to that. And now we're looking at the situation when it comes to this infrastructure bill, these 2 infrastructure bills. And it's a mess. It really is right now. And the Democrats are fighting against each other, which is not a good look. It's not the thing that you want to do if you want to get reelected in 2022. It really isn't. So they need to come together. They're going to have to find some type of an agreement when it comes to these infrastructure bills so they can move forward and at least get something done. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.